Welcome back to the channel. And today we got some weird news. No, this is not what I expected to happen after what was going on over the last couple weeks. But reportedly, the WWE just released R-Truth. Yeah, I know. Sounds weird, right? Seeing as though he just had this great program with John Cena, culminating after, I want to say, years of this ongoing joke of John Cena being his hero, his childhood hero at that. And this news and this decision is really weird. I don't want to be one of those people that just blame Triple H, because I don't think that, you know, he's like has the ultimate control of who's released, right? I do want to blame TKO, because it seems like they are behind this. And to me, just like, in my opinion, some of these call-ups are weird. A lot of these releases are also weird, and the people that are coming and going, and just the business decision that they are making is really weird. And I feel like a lot of people, when Vince was in control, a lot of people blamed him and acted like WWE was at his worst. And when he was dethroned and set free, and when Triple H became the head of creative and things like that, things seemed like they were getting better. But now it seems like, I don't want to say it's getting as bad as it was with Vince, but like I said, man, TKO is making a lot of weird decisions. This merger with the UFC, it seems like they're not really wrestling fans. It seems like it's just a business, and they're just making business decisions, but it's not what's best for business, for wrestling fans and the wrestling industry. It's like they're trying to monopolize it all over again. And man, this R-Truth release is really weird, really weird. A veteran in the game, a guy that's entertaining, a guy that you can really put into any situation and he would capitalize on it. A guy who was given a lot of different characters. A guy who was punished, honestly. R-Truth was punished with the whole little Jimmy gimmick, and he made it work. You know what I mean? Made it work and made it super entertaining. In my opinion, R-Truth was the guy that always made me laugh, man. Every time he's on the screen, with this little Jimmy stuff, or just this oblivious act that he will put on, really comical, man, really entertaining. And it really does suck that he's getting the short end of the straw in this. Reports are saying that they're not renewing his contract. So I don't know which one is it, because if they're not renewing his contract, then it's not necessarily a release, right? His contract would expire, and he would just be free to go. If it's a release, then he would still have dates on his contract, and they're just releasing him from his contract, and then he'll have to do the 90-day no compete clause, and stuff like that. So hopefully more information comes out, because right now, yeah, man, really weird. Like I said, he just had a match with John Cena on Saturday night's main event, which in my opinion should have been a title match. Why not? And then he was just on SmackDown, competing against the formerly known Jeff Cobb. Man, it just sucks that R-Truth, we never really seen him in a bigger role, because he was punished and then pretty much relegated to being a comedy act. A guy who, man, does not look his age, and he still can go. Like, he still can go, as we've seen. It's just that they didn't I don't want to. Well, yeah, I want to say you didn't push him to what he could be, man. Back in 2011 when he faced John Cena at Capital Punishment, I was rooting for him to become champion, and I think he should have. He should have had a little reign as WWE champion. Just one of those what if moments. The same thing goes for like guys like Shelton Benjamin, and even when Booker T went up against Triple H. And it sucks that we always have to go to these what if moments when it comes to African American talent. You know, they're always getting the short end of the stick, even when they're entertaining. They're the most entertaining people on screen. They're the most athletic people on screen. And it's like they're always relegated to be mid-carders or lower mid-carders, comedy acts, you know, bathroom breaks, whatever the case may be. And in this case, I'm not feeling this, you know. Hopefully we'll still get to see R-Truth. And I do think we'll get to see R-Truth in some type of capacity in the wrestling industry, whether he makes an appearance in AEW or if he goes back to TNA as Ron Killings. I don't think this is the end of his road just yet in wrestling, because like I said, man, he still can go in that ring and he's still entertaining, and he will get a pop wherever he chooses to show up in the future, right? We know also he does music and stuff like that. So, man, but it still sucks that this will be the end for him in WWE. It's not like he's in his 30s or 40s. I want to say he's in his 50s, like early to mid 50s. It would have been better if he could have went out on his own terms and to retire a WWE superstar. But at this juncture, it seems like if R-Truth can go, man, who else, right? WWE needs releases, man. We had a big crop in January. We just had another, big crop, I want to say a month or two ago. And it seemed like this might be the third round, So expect a couple more names to pop up, because I truly don't think that it's just R-Truth. If this is a release, if it's just a contract expiring, then okay, it might just be R-Truth, which again still sucks. But man, wow, it's really weird. Did not expect to see R-Truth getting released when I, do my runs on the internet, man. Really does suck. But like I said, I don't think this will be the end of R-Truth in a professional wrestling capacity. Let me know what you guys think, man. This has been I Love Wrestling.